This is Montel Williams, and you're watching Bring the Pain Sports. Whew.
Hey folks, and welcome back. Still here with the crew, and so far we've got the SEC down, the AAC, the SWAC, and Conference USA. So now we move on to what I've been waiting for, and that's the Big Ten Conference. Y'all know I'm a Big Ten guy. Last year, our little brother got lucky and won the conference. Michigan State got it done, actually got to the Final Four, and got destroyed by the time. That was just, even though it was only 30-0, I say only 30-0, but if you watch the game, it was just really bad. Yeah, I'm throwing so much shade right now.
You're not holding any back. You need some later.
Wait till we start talking about the Buckeyes. But no, I'll be fair for now. But no, I'll give them their credit. Okay. They handled that business. So talk to me about the Big Ten Conference.
I just want to say real quick, that shade of hate does not look good on you.
I'm just saying, it's what I do.
You know, Michigan State has been one of the most consistent programs in the Big Ten under their head coach.
For like 3 years.
Yeah, but Michigan is still on the comeback. And I think they got the right guy to bring them back. But I still think Michigan State and Ohio State are the cream of the crop, especially on that side of the bracket. Mm-hmm. So I don't see Michigan jumping over either one of them yet, but I do see Michigan beating them. I see Michigan giving them a hard time, but there's just so many other games that they have to play. Mm-hmm. So, again, let me go ahead and break your heart. Little brother's going to win the East for me, and then on the West side, I just don't know what Wisconsin is going to do.
We'll see.
You know,
we'll see
early. Yeah, we'll see early. So if they're not ready, you know, there's some crazy teams like Northwestern. There's some crazy teams like Northwestern.
Northwestern has always been like a thorn in the side of the Big Ten elite.
Right.
They had a couple of years back when they had like Darnell Autry and those guys where they went to the Rose Bowl and made a little bit of noise. Mm-hmm. But even when they're not good, they're always that team that you can't just say, okay, that's a dub.
Right.
You just never know with Northwestern.
Right.
You never know with Northwestern.
Northwestern can win 7 games in that conference. Mm-hmm. Just looking at their schedule, just right off the, no analysis or anything, but just looking at they win 7 games in that conference. And if they do that, that puts them at the top of their end of the bracket.
Yeah, and that side is, not the strongest, Jolivet. Talk to me about the Big Ten Conference and what you see on both sides.
Well, what I see on both sides, well, Michigan is coming up. I mean, the New Jordan deal, of course, is going to bring in a lot more recruits for Michigan. That's going to be number one, first and foremost. I mean, I'm looking at the recruiting aspect of it right now. But as far as Michigan goes, they're going to continue to go further. Coach Harbaugh is one of those guys. He's a no-nonsense guy, very good at coaching and developing quarterbacks. I mean, he took Colin Kaepernick from nothing and made him into a Super Bowl quarterback. And now without Harbaugh,
Andrew Luck at Stanford.
Yeah, Andrew Luck at Stanford. So, of course, he has a lot of experience because he's that quarterback guy. He played quarterback himself. Ohio State they're going to be Ohio State. That's what it's going to boil down to. Every single year, Michigan, Ohio State. It's going to boil down that way again this year. Now, Northwestern, they're like you said, they're like the Patrick Beverly of that conference. They're the fly on the wall.
Wow, what a reference. What a reference.
That's a good one, though, right? It's a good one.
Reference.
I saw that. I see that.
They're a fly on the wall. They get on your nerves, when you're out there, having barbecue cookout, they're the flies flying around.
And then once you finally get them, you like, whew.
Right. But Lovie Smith is actually coaching in the conference now, and I'm really interested to see how long it takes him to turn that program in Illinois around. Yeah. So, back in the state of Illinois, Lovie Smith there. So, if you want to ask who I want to say is going to, if you're asking who I think is going to win the conference, I'd say Michigan.
That's why we keep him around.
No,
right there.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm going to say Michigan this year.
Yeah. Now, I talk a lot of smack about Michigan State and the Buckeyes, but in all realness, those are the 2 top teams until proven otherwise. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and say, oh, yeah, well, we're the top of the line because they got us ranked number 8. We haven't beat Michigan State in 3 years. We haven't beat the Buckeyes in 3 years. So until we beat them, I have to say, okay, prove it. And, even if it's my team, I'm show and prove. Okay. So obviously on the other side, Iowa is the cream of the crop. And of course, Desmond King, hometown kid. I'm friends with his mother. Desmond, you made the right decision by staying instead of going to the league. Of course, he won the Defensive Back of the Year last year. I forget what the name of it is. But R. Kelly, talk to me about the Big Ten.
Ohio State in the East. I know that's not
Straight up.
Ohio State.
I like him.
They're the cream of the crop. I mean, I think Michigan or Michigan State could make a play in that in the East, but I just think Ohio State. I mean, it's a tradition. It's who else?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
you take out Michigan and Michigan State. I mean, they're the top three with Ohio State. Everybody else is just
on that side or just
on that side.
So you're going to Iowa.
I'm going Iowa in the West.
Okay. So the Big Ten championship game is Iowa and Ohio
State.
Y'all thought I was slipping, didn't you?
The Ohio State.
Never. Why you had to put the "the" on it?
Well, because they do it. You know, it's like UT. I mean, I went to Texas and was
because that is a reference that they approve.
The Ohio State.
Right.
Of course, it's the Ohio because it's the only one.
It's not the Michigan.
Right. Because you didn't have to say Michigan. You just put the M on there. Just one letter defines us. That's how cool we are.
Oh,
just
here we go.
one
Y'all done
letter.
got him
Kind of like the
started.
U.
You did.
That it?
Kind of like the U.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But no, in all fairness, I'm like this. Of course, I'm going to pick the Wolverines. But I'm not being delusional. Now, if I would have said that last year, y'all looked at me like I was crazy. But judging by what I saw last year, I definitely believe we've got the tools. Now, we were young last year, and we got pretty much everybody back. And ironically, we don't know yet because they haven't made the announced a decision. But it's looking like John O'Corn might be our starting quarterback. The U of H transfer.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be a good job for him.
That's what I was telling Rich. When I first saw that he was transferring to Michigan, I laughed a little bit. And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? O'Corn is actually a Michigan-style quarterback.
Yes, he is.
He's a big, tall guy with a good arm, drop back, 1, 2, 3, 4, throw. 1, 2, 3, throw. That's what the type of quarterbacks that Michigan utilizes. The U of H system where you got to move around, that was more suitable for Ward. That's why Ward is a converted receiver, but he came in and started doing his thing. So I think O'Corn might actually make a little bit of noise as a starting quarterback if he gets the job. He's still fighting it out with Gus, the young kid. So, Mr. Woodley down there.
Yes.
I'm coming to you, brother.
All right.
Talk to me about the Big Ten.
I'm a believer in Harbaugh just because of his hands-on with quarterbacks. Andrew Luck is in the league for a reason. Stanford are where they are for a reason as far as competing in the Pac-12, but just because of what Harbaugh brings to the table. Interview here or there, he was almost at one point, well, at least he was up for the Rice job back in before Todd Graham got the job.
Harbaugh was?
Yes.
That I didn't know.
It didn't get to the interview process, but yeah, he had applied for the job. Ended up at San Jose State, if I'm not mistaken, and moved on from there over to Stanford, from there into the league. And San Francisco snatched him up. He didn't have to do a whole lot of, as I say, uprooting his family. He just pretty much was right there. Got lucky with Kaepernick coming in, and then he being able to corral him and says, look, this is what you need to do to succeed in the league.
Took him to a Super Bowl.
And took him to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Second year, was it?
If I'm not mistaken, I think so.
Yeah.
Then he made a move that was questioned, but was probably the best move for him mentally. He went home to Michigan to reboot the program, moved him in a forward motion, and as they say, what happened in the past happened in the past.
Right. Perfect man for the job.
I'm here. I want to be here. We're gonna get this done, and we're gonna whatever you've been worried about. Don't worry about that. The game will take care of itself.
He's so old school. I mean, Michigan football, we're traditionalists. You know, everything from the winged helmet to he played. Of course, he played for Bo Schembechler.
Yeah.
He reminds us so much of Bo.
No nonsense.
In the way he does. He even dresses like him with the khakis and the little. Even wears the old school block M hat. Wears cleats on the field. I mean, what coaches do that nowadays, man?
I love that.
Brought back the running game. Brought back, run the football to set up the pass, throw the ball, play good defense. That's Michigan football, and that's what he brought back. So I think we got a shot. The Buckeyes, they lost a lot. They lost Zeke Elliott. They lost, well, Cardale Jones, but they still got A.J. Barrett coming back if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's the big key for them. They're always going to be good on defense. They're always going to have good receivers. But if A.J. Barrett can stay healthy, they're going to be something to reckon with, definitely, for sure. He's a Texas boy, too, right? Yeah. And he's coming back off an injury. I mean, he played last year, but he missed a lot of the time with injury. So, real quickly, Jalavet, your pick.
I'm going Ohio State still.
You said Michigan the first time.
I had to lie to you.
One more again. Just one more again. I'm going to take out all your fronts.
Post up and then snatch it down.
That's okay.
You know how I do.
Watch this.
Okay.
What, Ohio State?
Y'all going to get me one day, Jerry.
I'm going with Michigan. I'm gonna stick with Harbaugh. I just believe in what he's been able to do as a coach and turn that program around, and as I say, guys believing in what they're seeing out, and it's carrying on.
AJ.
I want to say the Ohio State, but I'm going to go with the unmentioned so far, Michigan State.
That's what they did. That's what they did last year. Nobody was talking about them, and they went up to Columbus, smacked the Buckeyes in the mouth, and went on to the Final Four. Yep. You know, beat Iowa in the Big Ten championship game and went and took care of their business.
Let me say something else crazy. I think they'll actually be better without Connor Cook.
That's not that far of a stretch. Okay. That's not that far of a stretch. I've been thought he was overrated, and we're seeing it now. Yeah. We're seeing it now. But you know, y'all know me. I'm gonna go with the Wolverines. And as a matter of fact, I am flying out this Thursday. I will be at the Big House this Saturday to cover the Michigan and Hawaii game. So, and I'll be reporting live from the stadium on our radio show next week. So you guys make sure you tune in for that. So that's the Big Ten. And of course, we got to take a break. So we'll be right back after this.